Now let's talk about, you said enrollment. So if I'm 65, how long do I have to enroll?
Great question. So when you turn 65, you have a 7-month window of time to enroll in a plan. You have the month of your birth, 3 months prior to the month of your birth, or 3 months after the month of your birth to enroll. That's, again, if you don't get in that allotted window of time, that's when you could potentially suffer a penalty. Everybody will not suffer a penalty because some people opt to stay at work, and if you opt to stay at work, you can continue on your employer plan until you decide to retire. So the first thing I ask everyone to consider when they're choosing a plan, find out what works for your budget. That's the first thing, because some people like the Part C Medicare Advantage plan. That works for some people's budgets. Other individuals say, I would like a Medigap plan. So budget is the first thing an individual should consider. A Medicare Advantage plan includes a lot of bells and whistles. That includes your drugs, gym membership, dental coverage, vision coverage. But for someone that may have more health issues going on and more costly health issues going on, I would ask them to consider getting a Medigap plan. So the difference with the Medigap plan, it takes care of that 20% that Medicare does not take care of. And in addition to that, they don't have the burden of having co-pays and deductibles, whereas on an Advantage plan, you do have co-pays and you do have deductibles.
Now, for those of us that have conditions or health conditions and we see a doctor, how should that play into when we're deciding a plan, if our doctor's in the network or not? How does that work?
So doctors being in network, that's a good question. If you, again, are someone that have, let's just say, ongoing health conditions, maybe you've been diagnosed with cancer or you have some serious cardiovascular issues that you know you have to go back and forth to the doctor on a regular basis, you may not want to have a plan where there's a lot of co-pays each time you go to the doctor. You may want to consider a Medigap plan. If you're someone that really don't have a lot of doctor's visits here and there, you can have a few visits, then you may want to consider the Medicare Advantage plan. And then when you select that Medicare Advantage plan, we can decide based on the doctor's information that you give us. We have a physician's finder, and we can find out if your physician is in that network.